This machine reaches over 30 meters high, squeezes through incredibly tight spaces and can transform into a 250 kilogram lifting crane. It's the very first of its kind. It's the Platform Basket 3014. Join me as we put it through its paces. I was invited over to Italy by Platform Basket to take a look around the factory, learn more about the company and see how these cherry pickers are built. But while we were making our way around the Platform Basket site, something parked up outside immediately caught my eye. Because sitting there was the very first Platform Basket 3014 prototype. And as soon as I started hearing some of the statistics and features, I was interested. So when I was invited to jump in it and put it through its paces, I agreed without hesitation. Oh, I love the colour.
Yeah, this is already for a customer as well.
Oh wow, yeah, it works in the negative.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a nice system. I like it.
So we check it.
I am currently in Italy at Platform Basket's factory, and behind me is the very first Spider 3014 machine. They have just finished testing this machine. This is the very first one ever to be produced, and I'm lucky enough to have a go on it. So stick around and I'll show you what I think of the machine. And there is something quite special about standing next to a machine like this, because it isn't one of hundreds already out working on job sites. This is the first one. The very first Platform Basket 3014 of its kind, and straight away a few things grabbed my attention. This machine reaches over 30 meters high, has 13 meters of lateral outreach, weighs under 4.5 tons and somehow squeezes down to under 900 millimeters wide and under 2 meters tall. Now on paper, this thing really shouldn't exist, because wherever manufacturers start trying to squeeze this much capability into something this compact, compromises usually start appearing somewhere. And that's what immediately got my interest, because I wanted to find out where those compromises were, if indeed there were any at all. One of the features of this machine is that you don't have to use ramps to get it off the trailer. You can actually put down the legs and drive the trailer away, and that goes for loading it as well. The current configuration that the legs are in are for loading it on and off your low loader. But in order to operate the machine, you need to move the outriggers. This bit interested me straight away because Platform Basket have clearly put a lot of thought into making this machine practical to transport and practical to set up. For a machine reaching over 30 meters high, keeping the overall weight under 4.5 tons is pretty impressive. And the self-loading system is very useful. Not only does it mean you don't need to mess around with ramps, but depending on the trailer or low loader you're using, you could potentially unstrap the machine and simply set it up without even moving the trailer out from underneath it. Rather than using ramps, the machine can use its stabilizers to lift itself, allowing the trailer to simply be driven away. Little things like that might not sound particularly exciting, but if you're loading and unloading machines regularly, details matter. Now in countries like America, machines like this are designed very much with transportability in mind. Here in the UK though, reality starts getting involved. To move something like this around, you still need the right vehicle, the right trailer and the correct license category. Because when you're dealing with machines this capable, moving them around becomes part of the ownership equation. Another thing I really liked on this machine was the variable outrigger setup, because the machine can be set up in multiple configurations depending on the space available. You can run the outriggers fully wide and unlock the machine's full working envelope, or narrow them down and the machine will automatically adjust its working limits accordingly. You can even run mixed outrigger positions, and the machine will calculate exactly where the boom is positioned and adjust your safe working area around that configuration. Now from an operator's point of view, that's really useful, because if you're only working on one side of a building or trying to squeeze into a tight setup area, being able to reduce your footprint can literally be the difference between getting the machine in or not getting it in at all. And with spider lifts, access is often everything. Yellow and blue, they're my colours, aren't they?
Oh, for God's sake.
What? Thanks. And to make sure that your helmet is on properly, you always need to bring your wife with you. Because I can't be trusted to do it by myself. Right then, enough talking, let's get this thing into the air. Now before we start looking at how this machine works from an operator's point of view, it's probably worth quickly explaining the boom setup, because this machine is doing quite a lot. The lower boom is effectively a tower boom with a telescopic section built into it, and that first section will take you up roughly to 15 meters. Then attached to that is a second articulated boom, which also has its own telescopic section built into it. Straight up, that second boom will take you to roughly around 27 meters. And then right on the end, you've got a fly jib, which gives you your final movement and ultimately takes you to the machine's full working height of just over 30 meters. Now, as I've said many times before, fly jibs are brilliant, particularly for somebody like me working on roofs and chimneys, because they make those final little adjustments so much easier. If you're trying to reach over a roof ridgeline, a parapet wall, or awkward obstacles, fly jibs are a beautiful thing. But the other thing that immediately stood out to me with this setup was the up and over capabilities, because that first tower boom can take you up to around 15 meters, and then from there the second articulated boom can either continue driving upwards, work across, or drop down through its movement range into the negative. Now, from a practical point of view, that's really useful, because for somebody like me working on roofs and chimneys, I often don't just need height, I need shape. I need to get up over roof ridgelines, over parapet walls, or over awkward obstacles, and then lower myself back down exactly where I want to work. And coupled with the fly jib at the end, that gives you a really useful up and over reach. Because getting to the work is one thing, getting into the right position once you're there is something completely different. And because of the way this machine is designed, it creates some really interesting ways of working.
So this is a really handy feature. We have raised the first tower boom up into its working height. Then using the telescopic boom, we can get ourselves down to the ground. This means, from a practical point of view, when working the machine, we don't need to keep raising and lowering that tower boom when we have to drop things off or pick things up, which makes working on this machine much faster. It also means that if we lower the first telescopic section in the tower boom, this machine will actually work in the negative. The practical applications of that means you could potentially work over bridges or over ditches and get lower than the body of the machine itself, which certainly does have its uses for bridge inspections and other forms of works like that.
This is one of those features that probably doesn't sound particularly exciting until you've actually spent a lot of time working from these machines. Because with a lot of access platforms, you're forever bringing the lower boom down, picking materials up, taking things back down, and constantly repositioning yourself. However, because of the way this machine is designed, once you've raised that first tower boom, you can then use the second boom to come all the way back down towards the ground. From a practical point of view, that means less waiting around, less unnecessary movement, and potentially a much faster workflow. For someone like me carrying out roof repairs, chimney work, or moving materials around, little things like that genuinely make a big difference over the course of a day. And there was another thing I really liked, because this machine can also work in the negative. Most people think cherry pickers only work upwards, but sometimes the clever bit is being able to work downwards. Bridge inspections, retaining walls, embankments, elevated work areas. Suddenly, this machine starts solving access problems that a lot of people might not even think about. Again, it's one of those features where the practical applications are probably more useful than they first appear.
A nice feature on this machine is that the basket will spin not quite 90 degrees, but not a million miles off. So if you're trying to fix a chimney and get the machine square on, you can position your basket nicely square onto where you're working. That is very helpful, and I talk from experience.
And while we're talking about positioning, it's worth mentioning the basket setup on this machine as well. The basket rotates through 70 degrees and the turret itself rotates 180 degrees, which gives you plenty of adjustments once you're up in the air. That might not sound like a massive deal on paper, but when you're working at height, you're constantly trying to get yourself square onto whatever you're working on. Without basket rotation, you're often reaching, twisting, leaning over guardrails, or repositioning the machine more than you'd like. And there have been plenty of times on my own machine where being able to make those small final adjustments has made life a lot easier. Sometimes it's the little adjustments that make the biggest difference.
And of course, if you're new to the machine and you've finished doing what you wanted to do and you want to go home, you just press this auto fold button and it will take you home.
Now, after spending some time with this machine, what really stood out to me wasn't just the height or the outreach. It was the fact that this is a very big machine that can still behave like a much smaller one.
Because coupled with the machines narrowing down to just under 900 millimeters wide and under 2 meters in height, this thing is capable of squeezing through most standard doorways. And when you combine that with the variable outrigger setup and the compact overall design, the machine can potentially squeeze into spaces where machines of this size normally wouldn't even be able to get close. And once it's there, you've got a machine capable of over 30 meters of working height, 13 meters of outreach, and the option of a lifting attachment capable of lifting up to 250 kilograms.
This machine keeps giving. The boys are now just telling me that they're going to take the basket off and we're going to attach a winch. So this is not just a cherry picker, it's also a crane. It just keeps on, it's full of surprises and it just keeps giving, this machine does. I'm seriously impressed.
Now, obviously, once you start talking about lifting operations, there are a lot of additional considerations surrounding training, planning, safe working procedures, and proper use of the equipment. So this isn't me suggesting people should simply start using spider lifts as cranes without the correct knowledge or controls in place. But from a versatility point of view, I could absolutely see why this would be an interesting proposition for operators or specialist hire companies. Because having one compact machine capable of both high access work and controlled lifting applications potentially opens up some very interesting possibilities. Now, for someone like me personally, I'd still have to think carefully. Not because I don't like the machine, I do, but because once you get into machines of this size, transport, trailer weights, materials, and overall logistics all become a part of the equation as well. But I think that's what makes the 3014 interesting. Platform Basket haven't just built a big machine, they've built a big machine that can get into places where big machines normally can't. And I suppose that's what makes this machine such a privilege to review. Not just because it's the very first 3014 ever built, which in itself is pretty special, but because you can see exactly where Platform Basket are trying to push the industry. More height, more versatility, more capability, but still with the compact access and practicality that spider lifts are known for. And honestly, for a first prototype, I think they've done a fantastic job.
What an absolute privilege it's been to be able to test the very first 3014 Platform Basket spider machine. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a like. If you've got anything to say, put it in the comments. And for more cherry picker and roofing, roof repair type content, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next job. Thanks for watching.